Evening all, welcome back to Factorio. So, well, where are we today? We're currently working on science. There's a reason we're doing this, is because I did look at my science and it's basically dipping, dipping drastically, as you can see. I just don't know why it's doing that, and I think, well, I kind of do now, but it took me a while to figure out what's going on. We've had to do a few things. So the mega base continues. Ooh, that's right. It's basically making progress. Just not sure why that's like that. Let's send my buddies up there. So we're kind of getting to a point where we can start building. I know it's taken forever. This is literally like in 2012, the Olympic Stadium being built in London. Everyone was like, yeah, it's going to be a disaster. It probably will be, but don't worry, it's going to work. You will see the Queen, metaphorically speaking, jumping out of that helicopter to do a skydive and then appear in the stadium very soon. That is the metaphor for this Mega Base 2, I promise you. Well, where we are at the moment is I've realised that the science has basically stopped. It's been stopped for days. I managed to kind of give it a bit of a shot in the arm, and I realised that it's just a bit slow. So added a few more lines in. I'm not particularly happy with it, so don't mash the buttons to tell me it's all misaligned. I know. I'm going to work on it. It takes a bit of time, but at the moment I just want something running. The issue being is I've had to send Strangely Beige back out because, lo and behold, again, we are out of Prometheium. So basically I've had to go and mine some Prometheium, which has been, well, just fun and exciting. And I think that's been a bit of a chore, because let me just show you very quickly my logic. And yes, I know you could do it better, bro. I basically set something up because I didn't want to disrupt all the signals, because I had green signals here set up nicely that were just telling me the asteroid counts. I didn't want to mess with that too much. So I just thought, well, let's just include a logical condition. Now, don't I sound like I know what I'm talking about? So I basically said when P equals 20,000 or more, just send a signal of P1. And then over here, we then have something that just says when P1 equals 1, fly back. I've got this wrong. I'm not entirely sure what I should put for my Nauvis, because it's going to instantly detect, well, it'll instantly detect that that's 0, because it is true, and that is also false. So I think that works. You're probably going to post in the comments, oh, Pyrex, you're a complete womble of a knob. And I think you're probably right, but I think I'm just trying to automate this so I don't have to mess with it, because I mean we've got dilemma after dilemma with Snowflake Base. Let me tell you very quickly, this is turning into, well, it's like a renovation. You buy a place, you think it looks great, and then you start to peel those floorboards away and you see that you have basically built this on the 7th gate to hell. So I can't really get it working terribly well. It's not to my satisfaction at the moment, but that's always the thing with Factorio, is it's all about optimization. So that's what we're going to do eventually. But I'm very aware that I have kind of multiple projects running at the moment. But the most pressing one was to get science working again, because as you can see, it's slowed down. The issue, to cut to the chase, is Gleba science. Gleba science is very slow. We have issues at the moment that we're just not producing it very quickly. So that's probably what we'll have to go and look at some point. So my beautiful, beautiful Gleba base, look at it. It is just beautiful. I don't think we're producing enough science. In fact, no, we're not. Look at that. That's ridiculous. So that's just crazy and redonkulously light we need to produce. I mean, how many are we producing? Probably not much. Let's have a look. So every minute we're producing 787, and on Nauvis we are consuming 1,300. So it doesn't take maths major to figure out that there's a bit of a problem there. So Gleba. So let's go. Let us go to our little to-do list, which again grows daily because I never actually complete anything. So Gleba science sort at, there we go. So I need to go and sort that. So we'll put that as a elevated one there. Oh my days. So yeah, basically it's fun. Just checking on Strangely Beige just to make sure he is returning home. Yep, it's looking good. I think this has kind of worked out quite well. Oh, actually has it? Are we clogging? I don't think so, but I mean, it was a guess. 20,000 felt about right. And it looks as if that's worked out quite well. How much did we get in the end? We got 28,000. Nice. I think the total storage of this thing is about 30,000. So I think that possibly has worked amazingly well. I did include an interrupt. Now again, I'm looking for clever people to tell me their views of this. I don't want it to always go to a Quilo to pick up chips, but I thought if we just set something that says when you dip below a certain number, go here and pick it up. So I'm not sure I've got that right. Let's have a think. So if our 2000 drops below 2000, go here and fill up until it's 2000 again. No, I think that should be like drops below like 500. That feels more sensible. There we go. I'm not entirely stupid at this game, I promise you. So there we go. So let's come back to our base here. So I'm not entirely happy with this. The ultimate aim is actually to put science on this thing, but again, we're we're a little way off that at the moment. That's something, let's say, aspirational. But you know, if I look at my science, I mean, it's not bad. What, science per minute, 12,569. That feels pretty quick. But again, I'm just going to guess that's predicated on the fact that, yes, look at that. Gleba science literally just finished. Look at how quickly we're using it. Wow. That's quite concerning to me. So I think we need to go and fix Gleba science. I'm not going to do that this video because I just want to try and make sure that we actually get everything sort of back and sorted with Strangely Beige. I want to try, once this is done, let me just go to my science, just want to try continuing some of these, and they're getting ridiculously expensive at this point. I dread to think what my, oh there we go, 330%. So that's pretty good. So it means, again, that helps me with having to, well, produce huge amounts of science. So I'm very pro this. I think this is probably quite good. It's nice to see Strangely Beige. Again, it's a sort of sat in Nauvis orbit for quite some time. It's nice to see it actually running. Does it run out of ammo? Oh my days, it's so lovely. I love this ship so much. I mean, it's pretty... Oh, here we go. So we'll go full speed any minute now. And engage ludicrous speed. Go. 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 What am I missing? Look at the engines splutter. Look at them come back to life, spluttering with power and efficiency. My goodness, what is wrong with this thing? Oh, days. I just need to figure this ship out again. I think that when I smashed it, those of you who watched the video, oh, look at that. We've got no fuel. That's not good. We've got no ammo. What's going on there? Oh my days. I think I built some of this stuff not really thinking it through. There we go. That should be right. Well, I think we're slowly building it. Let's see. Yeah, starting to get the engines flicker back into life. It does make me laugh. This ship is so dumb. Let's see. So I think there's a problem. So, I mean, it's producing fuel, so that's right. So what am I missing? I don't know. Oh, who knows? Who cares? It's just dumb and stupid. So it'll eventually speed up. But this thing, it moves pretty quick still. So if I go back to my map, I mean, this thing will be back in Nauvis orbit pretty quickly. So lots to do. I think my kind of ultimate focus is trying to get Megabase 2 up and running at the moment. I think that remains probably my priority. But I've got to admit, my whole kind of brain is completely fried a little bit by it. And I think it comes down to, like, what do we need to build here from here? Because there's quite a lot here that actually is not necessarily right. So, for example, the iron and copper smelteries, they're pretty good. They work here. But if we want to make legendary stuff here, I'm not entirely sure we want to build that there. So you see, it's a bit of a challenge. Like, I mean, most of the time, I think if I look at my spick and span, this ship here has got all the legendary stuff we need. So maybe what we should be doing is thinking, right, legendary iron, legendary coal. Let's do it. Iron. And I think if we put, well, there's even iron there, but that's annoying. So let's just say iron there. Legend. Did I say coal? Copper, I mean, because I'm an idiot. There we go. So, and those are relatively simple because all we're going to do is just basically duplicate this. So we'll actually just bring, I think copper is, I can't remember now. Is copper the easy one to do? I can't remember. That shows my brain fizzling away. Oh, that's right. You basically recycle LDS structures. So there we go. I think that's going to be the big thing to do. So we do need, there you go. So we actually do need molten iron and molten copper, Well, that changes things somewhat. So we have iron and copper here. Maybe it's a case of just building something like this. So we don't necessarily even need logistics here. We just need some form of smeltery. I think that's probably not a bad idea, because then that at least gives us liquid iron and copper to then push into LDSs, you know, legendary stuff. So that's probably an easy one to do. Let's have a look as well. So what else do we need? We need plastic. So this comes back to my failure, if you like, to actually make coal in orbit. I just make basically sulfur and carbon, and that gets dropped down to Nauvis to make, well, legendary coal somewhere here. So that's kind of okay. I mean, I think that kind of works, but I'm tempted to swap that. I'm just going to think now. Yeah, I think I am tempted to swap that and maybe we double up the spick and span ships and the Dick Van Dykes. We double them up, because they're just, I mean, you just basically drop them in. That's as simple as they are now. It's brilliant, really. I'm kind of quite partial to that you could just basically say, right, I need more coal, let's just send another ship into orbit. So you know, do we need to maybe produce another copper and iron smeltery? I may be thinking we don't, because look at the capacity this thing has already. And there's something quite cool about having these little trains zipping across the bridges back and forward. So I think for now we're not. But what we definitely do need to do is think about how we're going to copy, well, much of this over. Again, I'm not going to do that kind of now, because I think that's kind of boring. I think what I want to try and do is really just plan it through. And then I think really that's it. That kind of takes us to a point where we then start to basically make legendary science here. And it really comes, I mean, to me, that feels like the most difficult thing to do at the moment. Starting obviously with red, nice and simple. It's just basically legendary iron and copper, really. And it just produces then, oh man, we have to actually produce that, so we can't smelt that. So again, it's a bit of a learning thing here. So I think we're going to have to really think a bit carefully about some of this. I mean, maybe it's worth even stockpiling the copper, because we just destroy it. We've got all this legendary iron and steel and copper that we're just burning at the moment. Maybe it's now time to start stockpiling that onto trains to then ship over here. For iron, I think we're just going to ship over this, so the iron ore. I think that becomes, and we've got a lot of that, I believe. How much have we got there? So it's 8,000, that's pretty good. So I think that's kind of next steps. And when it comes to the dreaded factories or the laboratories, again, I haven't got to the point where I can make legendary biolabs yet. I've tried. Let's see, where did I get to? So here, basically, the issue is, I can't remember what it was. I think it was one of these. So we need to think about how maybe we make that, we make those as well. So bit of work to do there, bit of work. And I think my kind of brain process at the moment is probably a bit all over the place. Let's just see how Stranger Beige is doing. So that's basically almost, oh, hello, where's that going? Where did this go? Oh, did it? I felt... I'm not entirely sure where Strangely Beige has gone. Let's have a quick look. So, what happened there? So, Nauvis, yes. Did it really take all that time to get back to Aquilo? No, so it's wrong. No, I don't... Oh, my gosh. Oh, my days. I just don't know. This ship, it confuses me. I thought we had already done this. So why did it go back? The fun of this game. Well, we'll look into that. I'm not entirely sure why it did that. It should basically be saying go to... Oh, no, hang on. No. Oh, it's got 1.4. Right, I am confused. What is happening? I'm confused. Let's just watch this. I mean, again, it's a beautiful ship. I do miss this thing. That precious voyage to the edge of whatever the hell this solar system is was very, very enjoyable, and I did think it was one hell of a challenge as well. A little disappointed that there's no achievement, but there we go. But what can you do? But I think this whole thing at the moment is proving to be a thing to automate. Like, I want to automate it so I can just leave it to go and get this Prometheium. It looks as if it's made some science as well, because I didn't have that science on board. Maybe I had eggs and I didn't realize. I don't know, but let's have a look. I mean, I don't think I do. I'm very confused. So let's just see what happens when it gets to Aquila, because I have a strange feeling it turned around. Let's see. So 97, 98, and now it should go to Gleba, right? No, it did. I'm confused. I have no understanding of what the heck has happened there, and I'm not going to worry too much about it. I think my problem is, again, Factorioing and drinking, never a good mix. I think some of these things I program, it's late at night and I'm doing it, and I'm not exactly thinking straightly. I'll kind of just straightly think, right, okay, let's just build this, let's do that, and then let's figure it out. I mean, prime example, what have I built here? Seriously, like, this just makes no sense to me. I quite like Snowflake Base. It was a great place, and now I'm just like, what have I done? Seriously. It doesn't make me smile how dumb it is. But there we go. So, right. So now we're coming into orbit. So in theory, it should request 500 biter eggs. And let's see. So, okay, there we go. On the way. So yeah, stopped. Okay. So have I done this wrong? It feels like I've done this wrong. Because that's not true. I think it's P. Oh, my days. I think I have to set that to be P. No, I can't. So be circuit condition P. Oh, my God. Does not, or P equals 0. Does that sound right? Because it's obviously not registering any of the Prometheium chunks. So I can probably get rid of that one. But that one will then drop. That will become 0 when this drops. Oh my gosh, my brain hurts so much. Right, there's the eggs. That then filters through. Takes a while. Again, one day there's just going to be an eruption of biters and pain and death. These then filter down here and then into a very, very sort of optimized thingamajig here. And that then produces Prometheium science packs. But that's kind of the ultimate goal. But I just want to make sure it does it while there's Prometheium still on board. So chunk, 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 chunk. That's cool. That's what we want. Blish, blash, blosh. Nice, right? If I go back up here, that should no longer equal 0. Is that right? I don't know. I'm getting confused now. So P equals 1. No, I don't think that's right. I think it has to be... I think I want to include another circuit condition here, which just says Z, not Z, because I've used that like 20 times, but you know, something like that just says, right, don't move until, maybe that's the way to do it. But the problem is this will get to 6,000 and then dump a load of them. Oh my gosh, literally my brain is, I'm not very good with circuits. You may be picking that up right now. So I'm just going to pause the thrust on this one because I don't want it just to fly away. I think already it's met the conditions of the circuit for the quantum processor as well. So I'm not entirely... So there we go. It just dropped quantum science. There we go. Now that's a problem because it means that Strange Beige in theory should start flying away. So I think I just need it to say if... See, it doesn't register Prometheium here. That's the problem. And if I do, it then interrupts the asteroid grabbing signal. Oh, do you see the problems? Do you see the challenges that we have with this flipping ship? I'm going to leave it at that, but I think that could well be something that we absolutely desperately need to fix because that is redonkulous. But at least, hey, look, it gives us then Prometheium science packs into our lovely science thing, which is good because, I mean, research productivity here is pretty comical. You can see it's basically dead. Let's have a look at Gleba's science. How are we doing? So we've got a fair bit of, maybe we're not that problematic on Gleba. It definitely is the first one to be done, but look, we are certainly delivering it. And if I go back to Gleba, we should see that we have, well, we have something. So, yeah, I don't know. Lots of work to do. Lots of work to do. I think, again, this game is breaking my brain, but I love it. I absolutely adore that this game is just constantly challenging me like this. Like, you genuinely think, I figured it out. I get it now. And then all of a sudden, no. It throws something at you and you think, oh my gosh, what have I done wrong now? But there we go. I think, really, there's not much more you can say. I think this game is going to be something that I have to pick a project and stick with it. I think maybe that's the thing to do. And for the moment, it just felt like the most logical thing to do would be to fix the science, because it was literally doing no science. So that feels like tick, we've done that one. Maybe it's time to nip to Gleba. We do have an issue with Gleba as well, in that we are being somewhere along here attacked. I mean, you can see they're not breaking through, but it's only a matter of time. So it could be that maybe we do a bit of a cleanse of Gleba. Plus, I've not been to Gleba for a while, and it would be nice to put something on Snowflake base that maybe sorts out that a little bit. You can see we started tidying up some of the bits, but oh my days, it's gonna be a journey, this one. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.